All right. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you're watching me from. Um, my name again, Andy, the Gentle Eagle. So I'm going to be coming in here live to give us real estate nuggets and business nuggets in general, especially in the real estate where I've been playing for over a decade. So the previous editions of this our life sections, I talked about the first one, which I talked about why you need to invest in real estate now in Nigeria. Why you need to invest in real estate now in Nigeria. Predominantly land because of the rapid appreciation value. That's the first edition we had. Then the second one, I think we did what you need to look out for before you invest in real estate. So watch our page, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, check me out all there. You're going to see those previous edition. So some people have been saying, okay, yes, you've asked us why we need to buy in real estate, what to watch out for to buy in real estate. We talked about their locations and so on and so forth. So then today we want to talk about the common titles, the common land or property titles document in Nigeria you need to watch out for, you need to ask for, you need to look out for before you buy that land or real estate. What are the common documents? Some are title, but some are documents. Remember, no land or property will have all of them at once. No, but there are minimum ones that you should be able to, every property must have. I'm going to be mentioning it in this live. So there are a few one, but I'm going to tell you the minimum ones you should ask for or the every property must have, then all the way to the most I would say strong ones or the most robust ones that a property needs to have. So number one in that list, there are 10 documents or title that are common here in Nigeria. They are common in Nigeria that you must ask for or you're going to see. So number one in that list, I want to start it from mostly from the list all the way to maybe the most common ones, the most strong ones you probably will be seeing or knowing about. And number one on that list is the receipts or evidence or payment evidence, the receipts. So if you want to buy a property, especially from an individual, a real estate, or especially from an individual, so you must ask for the receipt of the person using buying it, or the person must issue you a receipt. Receipt is one of the minimum documents. So it's not a title per se, but very important as a proof that money was paid for the landed property. It shows a proof that money was paid. So receipt or evidence of payment. Remember, sometimes it may not be an actual receipt. It may just be an agreement stating that so person received so amount for so property or land in so location. So there must be an evidence of payment or receipt. You will understand. So if someone wants to sell land to you or property to you, that person needs to show you an evidence of payment. Sometimes real estate individual, those things are lumped in the agreement document, which is like the contract of sale, deed of assignment. Sometimes people don't actually issue, but normally there should be a receipt. And if you yourself you are buying, ask for a receipt. Ask the person that you're selling. If the person doesn't have from where, but ask the person to issue you a receipt so that to prove that there was a change of there was a transaction, there's money exchange hand. So ask that. It could be, as I say, a simple form of if a receipt booklet is not available, it could just be a type document that you typed and signed by both parties, if possible by with witness. It could just be a one pager sheet that has been typed and both parties signed. So number one on the list, documents that you should ask for or you should know about in real estate transaction is receipts or evidence of payment. Then the second one, number two, is the survey plan. This shows the exact location, size, and boundaries of the property. It could be the land or the house. It is important for confirming the land you are buying. So the survey plan must be there. This one is unquestionable. So ensure that the land that you are buying have a survey plan. And if it doesn't have, you ask the person you want to buy it for. Most times if you're buying from an individual, they should have a survey plan. But sometimes if you're buying from a family, a community, maybe a company, it may not have a survey plan for that particular plot, but it may have a general survey plan that covers the entire boundary of the land. So survey plan is another document you must ask, especially if you're buying from an individual. Let the person show so you know the exact size of the land and the location and the boundaries of that land. So survey plan is another very important document in real estate transaction. Remember, I said number one is receipt, number two, survey plan. Then number three, power of attorney. Power of attorney. This allows someone else, let's say a third party, to act, sell, or manage the property on behalf of the original owner. It is common in family land sales, but does not really transfer ownership, just gives authority. Though there's still a controversy about this, especially in the states in the East. Most states in the East are still using power of attorney as a form of transfer of ownership. But from the law, the general Nigerian law, power of attorney is not really a transfer of ownership document. It's just giving power to resell or transfer or manage a property on behalf of maybe the family, the community, and so on and so forth. But in the east of Nigeria, so they have their own different laws that so there are also most of the states are using power of attorney as a though they add it irrevocable. So most times, so if you're on, they need to give you a power of attorney, ensure it is irrevocable power of attorney, so that it's not something that can be revoked. So let them add the word irrevocable power of attorney, not just power of attorney. In the East. So power of attorney is another very strong, another document you must know in real estate transaction. Power of attorney. Then another, deed of conveyance. Some of them, as I said, are really not being used. They have been replaced by some other modern term, but these are older type of land title, most seen in old properties in the 70s, 60s, 50s, in the 80s behind. But since maybe from 1990s down, you don't really see deed of conveyance anymore. They are older form of real estate documents. This was the legal proof of land ownership before the Land Use Act of 1978. Yeah. So after 1978, I think that was deed of conveyance was, abolished. But the land or property that were bought or owned before 1978, it was deed of conveyance. But after that is now mostly deed of assignments that we hear in our modern time. So, but when you see any property that is deed of check, meaning that is property that was owned or purchased before 1978. So, deed of conveyance is another kind of land document or title you may have come across or you may see in Nigeria. So then, deed of lease, mostly used for government properties. It grants the holder the right to use the land for a specific lease period, often 99 years, not more than 99 years, but is renewable. Can still renew it after the 99 years to another 99. So deed of lease most time government properties, that are owned in city centers. So a company may come there and get it from government, buy it directly or lease it directly, got it directly from government. Government will give them just like a deed of lease to use that property for 99 years. So after that 99 years, come and still pay another money, renew it again for another 99 years. So it's even what also some of the title documents are like that now. So because after every 99 years, even including CFO, you need to come and still renew and pay a renewal fee to still renew it for another 99 years. So deed of lease is another document you need to know about or you may see. So is a document that is mostly for government properties. Anyone you see deed of lease, you know that the original owner of that property is government or government parastatal government agency and so on and so forth. Deed of lease. Then another one talk about is the deed of assignment. Deed of assignment. This is the legal document that shows transfer of ownership from the seller to the buyer. It states the history of the land ownership and is required for governor's consent. So deed of assignment, which is the modern document used in transferring ownership across the country. This is the one that is really recognized by law. So when you're buying a property from anybody, any family, any community, acts of deed of assignment. That's what will show transfer of ownership. It states the origin of the land, how the land has been transferred from maybe one generation to the other, or one family to the other, or one owner to the other. So deed of assignment is the currently the most recognized document or document that you use in transferring ownership for land or property transaction. So take note about that deed of assignment. Then we have again excision. Excision. I think that's number maybe 6. Excision. This is referred to land that has been officially released by the government back to the original landowners. It's usually communities or family land. It protects the land from future government acquisition. So excision, this is mostly happen in Lagos State, majorly in Lagos State. I don't think much other state use that excision. So excision is the word shows that just like the word you excised, there's cut out. So you go to a community of you see that government maybe will take this part of the land from that community because they want to use it for a particular project or government related project or something. Then this other side, they will cut it back to the family. So okay, you people, we are giving you this portion. Most time government might even give them allocation or give them a governor's consent or a CFO of the land because government has collected the one they want to use. So government will end up giving them a portion. So it has been excised, that's cut off, cut back and given to the family. That's one of the strongest title that people don't know. In some cases, it's even stronger than even CFO and governor's consent because that one has shown that the government hand is not in that one again. And most of those land government can never take it, not even subsequent government. The other document like CFO, governor, another government may come up and maybe have interest on the land, so they may still have power to take it. Maybe, of course, with compensation. So, excision is another very good document you must know. So, number 7 is Gazette. Gazette is a government publication that lists the land that has been excised. If your land is in a Gazette area, it means it has official government recognition as free from acquisition. So Gazette is an official publication. So when a land has been excised, it is now published in a Gazette. The Gazette is just an official publication like a newspaper or something showing that this land has been released from government to this community or to this family. So nobody should trespass, not even future government should trespass on that land. So Gazette is an official publication of an excised land. So Note that one. And most time you come with, you see gazette number, volume number, published, and the dates, all those things. So gazette is another strong title document you will need to excision, strong gazette, strong. Then number 8, we're talking about governor's consent. Governor's consent. So after getting a deed of assignment, you need to obtain the government consent to legally perfect your ownership. Without it, your transaction remains incomplete in the eyes of the law. So when you get your deed of assignment, usually every deed of assignment that is properly crafted have the last page is a page where you see consent by the government of that particular state where the land is located. So most time when you finish your land, get your deed of assignment, go further to now go and give a government consent, meaning government consenting to that transaction, meaning that government endorsed it. So you go there, pay the required fees that you need to pay. So the government will sign and stamp it. That will just make your land, it has governor's consent. Nothing extra. There's no any other special document. Usually the last page. Any good lawyer will know that once you draft a deed of assignment, it must come with the governor's consent page, which is usually the last page of a deed of assignment. So any deed of assignment that doesn't have that page, it is not complete, it's not properly drafted. So governor consent is just like to use it, to what? To complete the transaction of your deal, to make it recognized by law and by the government that such transaction has happened. So it's very important. And that's number 9, governor's consent. And finally, the number 10 is the one that everybody knows, C of O, which is certificate of occupancy. C of O is certificate. This is government issued document that confirms the holder right to occupy and use the land for a period, usually 99 years. It is one of the most recognized titles in Nigeria. Yes, everybody, that's why most people, when you ask them, say, does it have a C of O? Does it have a C of O? That's the most popular recognized one. Unfortunately, some people don't know that even some land with excision and gazette are more stronger than even land with C of O. So C of O is one of the most recognized one and is usually issued by government only, nothing else. Though some state call arrow of O, right of occupancy, like Abuja gives you arrow of O and still gives C of O. Unfortunately, I don't know why the duplication, but both of them almost have the same thing. But arrow of O in place like Abuja is like it's given in the local government level. Then C of O is given for the national at the national level. So when you have your arrow of O, you must still need to upgrade it to C of O if you are buying land or property in Abuja. But so arrow of O is right of occupancy. You can also say that as a document, especially in place like Abuja. Then C of O is the main recognized one. So I may just call this number 10, group it as both certificate of occupancy and right of occupancy, which is C of O and arrow of O. So these are 10 documents you need to know that exist in Nigeria. So if you want to buy property, please ask of these properties, ask of these documents, ask of them, ask for them. Any property should have some of this document I've called. As I said, no property will have the entire of them. It's on rare cases you will see a property that have almost all of them. So these are common documents, land titles in Nigeria you will need to ask. So before you buy any land, any house, any property in Nigeria, please ask for this document or you perfect and get this document. So that is what I want to share with us today. As I said, I'm going to be coming in here occasionally to share us tips what will help us to be able to secure and buy real estate. Remember, you don't want to stay this life without owning real estate because it's the only secret to generational wealth. All the wealthy people you know globally made it mostly through real estate. So don't be missing out. Don't make sure you don't end this life without owning real estate. If your parents miss it, you shouldn't miss it. So thank you very much. Until I come your way again next time, stay blessed and God bless you. Shalom.